Hello, my friends. How are you? Hiker Dave here. I hope everyone's doing well. I am right now today on the search for that footprint I found. I think it was over the weekend. Today is August 14th, 2025. And my buddy Gary is coming tomorrow. And he has all the stuff that you need to make a cast of a print, whether it's a footprint or a hand print, knuckle print. So I wanted to kind of scout it out before he comes tomorrow. Tomorrow would be Friday. And I want to scout it out. I want to see it, make sure I can find it. And of course, I want to mention, you guys, a very generous subscriber to my channel sent me a microphone. And I made a big long video like a week ago, about 2 weeks ago. And I used my DSLR camcorder. It was a beautiful video. I got home and there was no audio. So I made a mistake. A half an hour video of me walking through the woods on the Monadnock Rail Trail is lost. I mean, I still have it. It's on I have an editing app that I'm kind of messing around with. I'm trying to learn it. But let me know how this sounds, you guys. I'm using the microphone right now. And I'm really hoping it sounds okay. My fear is that I'm going to get home to my editing bay. I don't edit nothing, you guys. You can obviously tell. But when I go to download it, I'm really hoping that the audio comes out and it's not just like a silent film from back in the 1900s. We'll see. If that's the case, I'll come back and I'll make the video again because it's important. What I wanted to touch on is something that's really creepy. Wow, what is going on? Okay, maybe that was. I'm just looking at this bend here. Maybe that was there. I just don't remember this impeding. I know that this tree was down. This is where I whacked my knee piece on this log climbing over it. It happens. And I wanted to talk about something that creeps me out. Some scat. Skiddly diddly scat on the ground there. That's pretty big. I wonder if that's Mr. Bear. I almost stepped in it there, buddy. And so, listen, check this out. So, I was listening to Sasquatch Chronicles. I think his name is Wes. I love that podcast. It's great for a long drive or something like that, and you just kind of want to, you don't feel like listening to music. You know what's weird about this? I noticed this the last time I was out here. Is this tree break, right? Where is it? Where's the rest of the tree? Like, how come I don't see the tree? I don't know. I'm sure it's maybe under some leaf litter. It's just weird. So I'm listening to Wes on Sasquatch Chronicles, and this guy calls in and he talks about he saw this creature and it was crawling on the ground like a spider. Yeah, that's right, like a spider. That is like nightmare fuel. I mean, can you imagine seeing this huge creature and it's on the ground moving like a spider? on its toes and its fingers. Dude, that is so frightening. I was talking to my son Grady about it. I go, Grady, check this out. Like I might put it up as a thumbnail, but I don't want to get in trouble if it's someone else's art. I might not. And he's like, Dad, I don't even want to look at it. He goes, I know what you're talking about. He said, I've heard of it. I've heard it before. That Sasquatch has been seen crawling like a spider along the ground. Like with its belly, not dragging, but like you get the point. I'm sure you could picture it in your mind. Man, that is just, oh, that would scare the crap out of me. And I want to talk a little more about it. I've only heard of it ever twice, and both times were on Wes's podcast, Sasquatch Chronicles, and it's not something I hear often. Never mind often. I've never even heard of it a handful of times. But wow, that would just, I mean, that could explain as well. Sometimes where you hear something, and somebody mentioned it in the comments on one of my latest videos, that I'm looking at like eye level, at trees, and I look up. I do at not all the time, but I will look up, maybe in the trees. But very rarely do I scour like the ground, And I'm like, boy, what a sneaky little end around for Sasquatch if he's like crawling on the ground like a spider. That just, holy mackerel. Comment what you think about this, about the spider crawl. So I'm not too far from that area where I found the print. I am concerned. Whoa, more scattage. I am concerned that we had a wicked storm rip through my little town I live in here. And me and my son Grady are standing on the porch. We have like a screened-in porch. And we're watching as this rain is just monsoon. As my mom, God rest her soul, would say, it's raining like a banshee. And it was pouring out. And me and my son are looking at like the water pooling up at the end of our driveway. And I'm like, oh man, that's going to wash away that print I found in the woods. And my son says, really, Dad? That's your concern? You know what I mean? Not that the power might go out or a tree might fall on the house, or I said, because your first thought is a possible Bigfoot print in the woods. And I said, well, naturally, yes, Grady. I am concerned about it. So he was laughing at me. Don't blame him. Maybe some deer scats. Where's the birds? Man. Where's the birds at? Now, if I take into account all of the little teepee structures I have found in this patch of forest, this would be the newest. It's a few years old, but this would be the newest one. And it's looking pretty it's looking pretty bad. Dilapidated is the word. All right, I'm not too far now from that print. I kind of got a little lost over here last time I hiked out here. Let's see. Yep. What's up with all the droppings everywhere? Maybe I just didn't notice it last time. I hope this microphone is working. I want to know, guys, please leave a comment to see if you can notice a little bit of a difference between the audio and that I'm using a microphone, again, so graciously donated to my channel. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it's working. Now, if I remember correctly, those prints I kind of found in these ferns up here. It poured out. I should have brought my muck boots because I have a bad feeling it's going to be really. I better be able to find it, or Gary's going to give me the what for. It was in the mud. All right, it was I either went in this direction, but that looks like a path of least resistance, so I'm going to stay over there, but I just want to double check here. It's a good thing that there's not a bazillion quadrillion mosquitoes out, because I would have been wondering where they are. That looks like a deer track. Yep, that's a deer. More deer. All right, I think it's over that way. So I'm going to backtrack up just about 15 feet here. Then I'm going to turn. And I want to say it's this way. I really do fear that that rain we got is going to get rid of any sign of that print. But we'll see what we see. I had a few comments about my video the other day about the jet stream. Never again am I going to mention jet stream. That's not it. What I was trying to say, and I appreciate the comments, you guys. Believe me, I'm not complaining. I mentioned that the jet stream may take some storms that come in from the north to the, or from the west, northwest to the south, southeast. And I had a gentleman say, hey, guy, you do know that the jet stream goes west to east? We said, yeah, but it's not a straight line, right? It's a highly traveled little trail here. It does fluctuate. It'll rise and drop, such like that. But I do appreciate, because I do misspeak on my videos and stuff happens like that, you know. A lot of deer through here. Big old deer track there. There. Really hope this microphone is going to work for me. Okay, yeah, so I'm close because I was just spiderweb. I'm close because that little clump right there, I wanted to investigate that, and that's how I got turned around out that way. But it's in here, through here somewhere. This is a highly traveled little game trail here, which is pretty awesome. Deer. I mean, if I don't find it today, it's all right. Me and Gary will, you know, two sets of eyes are better than one. Hey, bear. Mountain lion and such. Yeah. It is so weird. My screen, the time on my screen is upside down. Am I doing this? Okay, saying. Let's check. Maybe it's through here. The old Fern Gully trick. Oh, come on, man. I was really hoping to find that. Wow. Is that a moose track? Sheesh Louise. Oh, see, I don't want to make, I'm going to make my own tracks, and I don't want to do that and have me and Gary mistake that. All right, this is pretty muggy. Muggy. It is very muggy, but really muddy right here. So I might have to abandon. Oh, yes. I might have to abandon this, and tomorrow when I come out here, bring my muck boots. I think that's going to be the plan. The plan, Stan. All right. I really should have known better. I should have brought my boots out here. I could always go home and get them. That's a possibility as well. Let's see. Hey, Bear. Yep. Hey, Mikey. He likes it. But the good thing is, too, with me and Gary, when we come out here tomorrow, we can cover more ground. Both of us can kind of spread out. I wonder if that's my print. Kind of want to stay off out of the mud here. Now, I should know better. Where's all the animals, man? Not hearing anything out here. So the spider crawl, you guys. That is just absolutely a frightening concept. To have something like that. And, you know, I was doing some research on that. And I ended up on Reddit. And a lot of people have opinions on that. Most of the opinions that were on Reddit were that there's no way that a creature could move like that physically as a mode of transportation. And the guy that saw this, he didn't say, he said it stood up, that it traveled like it was crawling like a spider and stood up and jetted off into the woods or something. I forget exactly his entire sighting, but and then I saw another guy on Reddit. God, if I can find it, I'm going to credit him in the descriptions. And he said, if you think about it, humans, we move in all different kinds of ways. Like the military, they're taught a military crawl, literally, to go under barbed wire and such like that. And as humans, we skip, jump, dancing, break dance. You guys are going to be all over me for this one. Growing up, when I was a kid, I used to do weddings and bar mitzvahs and birthday parties, breakdancing. We had a group. I'm not even going to say the name of it, but like stuff like that. So I don't know if it's that far-fetched. Hey, Bear. Hear that? I don't think it's that far out of the realm of possibility that Sasquatch can make a strange movement like that or travel briefly like that, or like the guy mentioned on the Reddit, Fred, I think that's what it's called, had said, you know, it could be Sasquatch could use that for hunting, you know, to sneak up on its prey. Or maybe it was even actually hiding from the guy who saw it. It could have just been crouching down and hiding, which, you know, that makes sense as well. Hmm. Hey, Bear. If that's a Sasquatch, I hear you. I definitely can hear you moving. I'm hearing peace. I'm actually doing a little experiment, you guys. It's not the wisest thing, and I'm traveling without personal protection devices. At least that you can see. I do have a nice hunting knife. Look at that, Bad Larry. But I wanted to see if there's a difference. Look at that big old bend. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there. And I don't know. I just as an experiment. I want to see if it makes a difference. Would Sasquatch maybe get a little closer to me? Not that I really want that. There's a big confusion going on in my own head for that. But maybe it will, do a little whoop or a wood knock or just something to let me know it's close by and it doesn't see a personal protection item on my hip. It's just a little test. I've noticed as the years have gone by, I'm constantly trying, not constantly, but a lot of the times I try something new. I try to, I don't know, approach things differently. Like I try not to do the same exact thing every time. I mean, it's hard not to. You're hiking or you're not, right? I'm really curious about this, about the audio. Anyways, yeah, I try something different. I want to see if anything kind of happens around me that I feel is different. And then maybe try to repeat it, come out a handful of times without something hanging from my hip. And maybe that would make a difference. Hey, Bear. I definitely heard something back there, that's for sure. Might have been a deer. I've seen a lot of deer tracks. Maybe it's a very, very friendly mountain lion. I tell that mountain lion I'm way too big for you to be. I saw this video of, mountain lions freak me out because it was behind this lady sitting down. It was somewhere, I don't know where it was, in another country. And that mountain lion waited and waited for this woman to turn her back. The second she turned her back, that mountain lion pounced. I'm like, that is, I mean, of course, yes. But it's not going to attack someone, I wouldn't think, on average, right head on, unless maybe you come across it. I keep seeing poop all over the ground. I don't know. Just for conversation, anyways. I do want to remind some people, too, that are new to my channel. A lot of stuff, like I made that video about Bigfoot is not your friend. I'm not saying that as fact. There is no fact of anything other than Bigfoot exists. That I believe is fact. But when I make a video like that, it really is for conversation. It's just topic of conversation so we can talk about it. It's the same thing with today discussion, if you want to call it. I wanted to get feedback on what you think about the spider crawl, Is it as creepy to you as it is to me? I don't know. But it's just topic for conversation, guys. I'm going to be talking about coming up interdimensional. I mean, that's insane, but it doesn't mean that that's what I believe 100%. Oh, before I go, you guys, this video is a little long. Before I go, I'd like to get you guys' opinion on me doing a live stream, because I think I have service out here in certain spots. What do you think if I did a live stream while hiking out here? Just leave a comment on what you think. Would that be ridiculous? And the mosquitoes are eating me for lunch and dinner. Yeah, what do you think, live stream? I don't know. I would love to try that so I could kind of converse with you guys live. Questions and comments. It would be pretty neat. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment, especially about the spider crawl, you guys. I got to know what you think about that. It's rare that I've ever heard of it. Like I said, maybe twice, and both from the same podcast from two different eyewitnesses. Man, it is hot today. Tomorrow the humidity's supposed to come down a bit, which will be good for when Gary gets here. We're going to go out in the morning and try to hike before it's the real peak heat of the day. That's where I want to go tomorrow too. Me and Gary are going to take a walk. That's that ridge. If you have watched my videos, my gifting rock is that way. And this is a ridge up here where from time to time I'll see Sasquatch and his sneakiness. I think sometimes I underestimate Sasquatch's sneakiness. All right, you guys. Have an awesome day, you guys. Thank you so much for clicking. And I'll definitely see you on the next one.